right, lesson 11, and we are still working in division. Last week you looked at skip counting by 2s and skip counting by 3s to help us divide. Today what we're going to be doing is we will be able to model. There's that word model. And model means like you're going to draw, okay? So we can model by doing an array. And that's what we've learned so far, right? We will be able to model division as the unknown factors. Remember the factors? The unknown factors in multiplication using arrays and tape diagrams. So we're not only going to model our division problems with arrays, we are now going to start doing it with tape diagrams. And that's what this lesson is mostly about. We're also going to be using a term called columns. And columns means that we are going, instead of, so we've been working with rows, right? So we have an array, and we've talked a lot about rows. There's one row and there's 2 rows. Now we're going to be looking at columns, and columns go up and down. So if we were to look at an array, columns would go this way. Okay, so think about a column on a building. Sometimes columns hold up. This is going to be my house. That's not very good. But sometimes columns, they hold up buildings, right? So these are the columns that are holding up this structure. They go up and they go down, whereas rows go side to side. Okay, so that's our new vocab word is columns, and you should know tape diagrams from last year. I'm sure that you used tape diagrams. I know you used tape diagrams in 2nd grade because I used to teach 2nd grade math too. Okay, but before we get started, let's do our application problem. All right, we got Rosie today. Rosie puts 2 lemon slices in each cup of iced tea. She uses a total of 8 slices. How many cups of iced tea does Rosie make? So RDW, right? We're gonna read it, which we did. But before I go to drawing my problem, I need to circle some important numbers here. Well, we know that Rosie puts 2 lemon slices in each cup of her iced tea. But she has a total, we know the total. So we know automatically we're going to be dividing, right? Because we know the total. And she has a total of 8 slices. And they want to know how many cups of iced tea does Rosie make? So do we know how many groups? No, we do not know how many groups. So the unknown right here, what we need to find out is how many groups. Or how many cups, okay? Same thing. We do know the number in each group. We know she has 2 slices in each cup. So I think I'm gonna draw I think I'm gonna do an array. So I know that I have 2 in each group, and I'm gonna use a different marker here, just to make it a little bit darker. Okay, so I have 2 in each cup. So I'm gonna actually do this. 1, 2, here's my first cup. 3, 4, there's my second cup. 5, 6, there's my third cup. 7, 8, there's my fourth cup. So now I have done 8 as a total, right? So 8 is my total, that always goes first in division. Divided by 2, which is the number of slices in each group, but I need to find what the number of groups are, or the number of cups. Well, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to turn this into a tape diagram because I want to see my groups. I want to see each cup. So I'm going to make a square there, a square there, a square there, and a square there. Ooh, what does that look like? It looks like a really bad tape diagram, right? That is okay. Does not have to be perfect, right? So I have, look at this, 1 cup. Now I can number it. 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups. I have 2 slices in each cup. How many cups does Rosie need? She needs 4 cups. Good job. Okay. So now I drew it. I'm going to write it. Rosie needs 4 cups for her iced tea. Ta-da! Okay. Oh, I put not unknown. All right, now let's get into our lesson. Let's remember that what we're doing is we're figuring out a division problem. We're going to model a division problem, and we have an unknown factor, so it could be the size of the group, or it could be the number of groups. And we're going to do this by drawing arrays, and we're also going to do this by drawing tape diagrams. That's what a tape diagram looks like. So here's our first problem. Okay, so this is where you listen, and I'm going to do it. And I have 2 of these that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to let you do the last one on your own, but I want you to pause. So on this one, I want you to listen, and if I'm going too fast, rewind and listen again, okay? But you can pause at any time. You do not need your whiteboards right now. All you need to do is to listen really carefully, because it can get a little tricky if you're not listening. Fred has 10 pears. Ooh, he has 10 pears. I'm going to circle that because that is important. It's telling me a number. And it's also telling me, if we know he has 10 pears, is that telling us the total? Oh, it is. I'm going to put total here. He puts 2 pears in each basket. Oh, so we know, so far, just by reading those 2 sentences, we know the size of the groups, right? So that must mean we don't know the number of groups. Let's see. How many baskets does he have? Ooh, yes. So that's what we need. The unknown here is that we need to figure out the number of groups or the number of baskets. Okay, same thing. So what they want us to do is they want us to draw an array where each column, ooh, there's that word I told you guys about. We're going to be working with columns now. Each column represents the number of pears in each basket. So instead of drawing these in rows, right, rows go this way and this way, we're going to draw it in columns. That means we're going to be drawing them up and down. And we know that we have 2 pears in each column, or in each basket, and our total is 10. So once we get to 10, we're going to stop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw this. I'm going to use my pink pen here. Oh, maybe I'll use blue. Change it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to draw my array, because that's what they wanted me to do first, is to draw my array. So I have 2 in each basket. 1, 2. I'm drawing them straight up and down, right? Not side to side, straight up and down. There's my one group. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, great, I finished it. Okay, so now I need to figure out how many groups do I have, right? So we knew, I should have filled this in. I knew that my total was 10, right? The total always goes here. And I put 2 pairs in each group, or in each column. Now I'm going to figure out how many baskets I need, or how many columns do I have. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fred is going to need 5 baskets. We have 5 columns, so he'll need 5 baskets. Now we're going to take this a step further. Now they're going to ask us, we're going to redraw redraw the pairs in each basket as a unit in the tape diagram. And then we're going to label the diagram. So we know, if you look here, we know that there are 2 pairs in each basket, right? So we can do that here. I already drew out 5 groups because I knew that that was my answer, right? Because we already figured it out. So I drew it out, and now I'm going to put 2 pairs in each basket. Now it wants to know, it says in each as a unit, redraw the pairs in each basket as a unit in the tape diagram. Well, what is our unit here? What is our number? Oh, it's 2, right? We know that this represents 2 pairs. What does this represent? 2 pairs. What does this represent? 2 pairs. How about this one? You're right, 2 pairs. And how about this one? 2 pairs. So each of these boxes is 2 units. Okay, so down here, so this is how we label it, right? Down here, what does this represent down here? Can anybody think? Think about that. What does this represent here? If we were to put all these together, it represents the total, right? And what is our total? Our total is 8. But also represents one more thing. Can anybody think what that other thing is? What is that other thing that it represents? Oh, it's the number of groups or the number of baskets, right? And we have how many groups here? We have 5. Good job. So that's how we label a tape diagram. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my division sentence here. So labeling. All right, let's go to another one. And again, I want you to listen to this one, and then the next one I'll have you guys practice on your own if you're ready. All right, Ms. B, everybody knows Ms. B, right? Ms. B organizes 15 clipboards. Oh, I'm gonna circle that because that's an important number. 15 clipboards equally into 3 boxes. Ooh, that's another important number. So we know that, do we know the total so far? Yeah, we know the total. We know the total is 15. I think I might write that down here so I don't forget, because we know the total always goes first in division. And it says she splits these 15 into 3 equal boxes. So do we know, what do we know here? Do we know the size of the group, or do we know the number of groups? That's kind of hard, right? Think about that. Well, we don't know how many clipboards she put into each box yet, right? That would be the size of the group. We do know the number of groups. We know the number of boxes she needs, right? And she needs 3. So I'm going to put that there. Okay, now the question is, how many clipboards are in each box? So there it is. They want to know the size of the group. Model the problem with an array. So that was our goal today, was we're doing it with an array and a tape diagram. Show each column, ooh, there's that word again, so we're not doing rows, we're doing columns, up and down, as the number of clipboards in each box. Okay, well, let's do that. I think I might do it on my whiteboard this time, so I have more room. Okay, so we know that she had 15 clipboards in 3 boxes. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I might do a tape diagram first, because I feel like I already know the number of groups, so I can go ahead and draw those boxes. Okay, so I know that I have 3 groups, and I already know the total. So I know the total here is, what was it? 15. So that's what this represents, and we know the number of groups. How many groups do we have? 3. So that's what this represents. Now we need to figure out what this unit is here. What is this unit? What is this number here? So we are going to put 1 dot in each box until we get to 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, this should go down there. Hold on, let me erase this. We need to make it a column, and that didn't look like a column, right? It looks like a 7, or a backward 7. I'm just gonna move this down. That's the nice thing about the whiteboards, so you can erase your work. Now I got columns. There we go. Okay, so now I can figure out how many are in each group or in each box, remember? So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 clipboards in each box. So we figured it out that 5 is in each box. All right, let's see if you guys can do one on your own now. So I want to tell you, read the problem to you, and then I want you to see if you can do it on your own. If not, that's okay. You can watch me again. All right, so that means you're gonna have to get your whiteboard. So pause if you need to get your whiteboards, your dry eraser marker, your Expo marker, and your eraser. Okay, so we have 16 action figures are arranged equally on 2 shelves. Ooh, I have 2 important numbers there. What should I circle? I should circle 16. My marker's going out. And 2. How many action figures are on each shelf? How many action figures are on each shelf? So we know, what do we know? Do we know the total? Let's set up our division problem sentence down here. Do we know the total? Do we know how many groups, or how many are in each group? You're gonna put that there. And then I want you to say model with an array and a tape diagram. So you're doing both. Show each column as the number of action figures on each shelf. So if you want, and this is what's nice about the whiteboard right now, is that you can make your tape diagram a little bit longer just in case you need to put more, because you're gonna put them in columns, okay? So go ahead and try this problem out and see if you can do it on your own. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. Okay, so I know that my total is what? 16, right? Total. Do I know the number of groups or the size of the group? I know the number of groups, right? I know the number of groups is what? Oh, it's 2, because there's 2 shelves. But what we don't know is the size of the group. We're not sure about that, because we need to figure out how many action figures are on each shelf. So that is what we're trying to figure out. They want us to do this in columns. So it means when you draw your dots, they should be straight up and down or side to side. They should be straight up and down, right? Up and down. So we already know that we have how many groups? 2. So this is nice because we can go ahead and draw our tape diagram because we already know the number of groups. There is my 2 groups. And I have ran out of room. I think I might have to draw down here. This might be easier. There we go. That way you guys can see it. Okay, so I have 16. Whoops, sorry about that. 16 divided by 2 equals what? What's the unknown? The size of the group. Let's figure that out. So we're gonna put our dots in a column, straight up and down. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm running out of room again. 11, 12. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to make it longer. Where was I at? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yay! I love whiteboards. They make things so much easier. Okay. So what do we know? We know that our total was what? Was 16. And we knew the number of groups, right? And that was what? How many groups do we have? 2. What we were trying to figure out was this unit right here. What is this unit? This was, hopefully you guys can see this. This was the size of the group. What was the size of the group here? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we have 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Good job. So now you guys should know how to draw an array using columns, right? We're going to use columns instead of rows this time. And you can put them in a tape diagram. So it's going to take some practice. For your work today, let me get organized here so I can show you. Now you guys are going to do this on your own in your independent, in your workbooks on page 67 and on page 68. And this is very similar to what I did. I did this intentionally so when you guys did your problem sets, it would look the same. If you need help with reading your math problems, ask an adult or an older sibling to help you read the problems, okay? And good luck. You guys are gonna do a great job. Just remember, columns go up and down and rows go side to side. But today we're working on columns and we're making sure that we are stacking our dots in a column. All right, good luck.